Here's a memo for 2023. Do you know that you can be right, like all fact, no cap, 100, like all of that, and your response not be justified? What does that mean? Like they got you and you went to get your lick back, but what you decided to do in terms of getting your lick back was not right. I know they say two wrongs don't make a right, but it wasn't justified. What does it mean to be justified? To be justified means to be made right or deemed righteous in the eyesight of God. Sometimes people hurt us or they wrong us, and we feel like that whatever they get is what they deserve, but it be at our own hands, and that's simply not true. Like, for instance, your children's father leave and he doesn't do what you think he should do, and so you feel like that whatever you dish out is justifiable, and to be honest, it may not be. Or she could have cheated on you and done something that may have hurt you, and you feel like, well, I gotta get my lick back to get back, and what you do in response just simply may not be right. There is a saying that hurt people, but I like to say that healed people, and loved people, love people. The Bible says that God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Just because somebody hurts you doesn't mean that you get a pass to hurt them back. Let me tell you a story real quick. So I spent 3 days in jail. I spent thousands of dollars on a lawyer and ended up with a criminal record, something I didn't have before that, because a family member scammed me out of a dog and some money. Was I right to be upset? Absolutely. But was I right to go and knock on her door and try to get my dog back? No. You know why? Because she told me not to come to her house. And so when I got to her house, I simply knocked on the door and was jumped on by family members. They called the police and I waited for the police and all of that because I felt like I was justified for coming over to get my dog and get my money. Do you want to know what happened? Well, I think you already know. I said I got a record. They locked me up. To be honest, they didn't even take it serious. Like, I was in a car with the police officers giving them business tips all the way to the precinct. Like, they had me sit upstairs for a little bit while I was continuing to help them and give them advice until things got serious and they locked me up for real, for real. I'm talking about I got assault and battery cases and I don't think I even got off 2 hits. You hear me? Like, and I was defending myself. But because I took it upon myself to put myself in that situation, I was the problem. I was looked at as the aggressor. Had I handled it another way, that would have never happened. All of that could have been handled the right way if I wouldn't have responded in my feelings and emotions. A lot of us are just truly hurt, and it's evident in the way we respond. And so we feel like we're right because we were wrong, and that's simply not true. And so I want you to get before God and ask God to show you where you were wrong and you felt you were right. And allow him to minister to you. Allow him to help you to heal from those things. It's time to grow up, okay? Goodbye.